Hello everyone, and welcome again to Lifted Hearts Africa. We are saying that it's okay to reach out and to get the necessary help if you are struggling with your mental health. We know there's a lot of stigma surrounding mental health, but we are saying that if you are going through a difficult situation, it is not your fault. Do not feel bad. Reach out to someone. That is how we heal. The first step towards healing is when you reach out. It's when you speak about it. In fact, sharing how you feel is first step in healing. But when you do not share what you feel and how you feel, then healing becomes harder and harder. Today I want us to just look at the major causes of mental health. I know we've been talking about mental health, but what is mental health? And mental health is your social, emotional, and psychological well-being. And mental health affects how you feel, how you interact with other people. It affects relationship in your life. And just like the way we go to a hospital or we go to a chemist to buy a Panadol when we are feeling a headache, it's the same way we should also be taking care of our mental health, because we tend to ignore it and say, it shall be well. But sometimes things are not as easy as we think, and so it's always be important to be cautious of how we are feeling, of our thoughts, and those thoughts, because thoughts will always affect how we feel and eventually our behavior. Major causes of mental health. Number one is the unmet primal human needs or emotional needs. We are born with these primal needs. They are in our DNA. And if we do not meet them, it causes psychological disturbances. It causes stress. It causes depression, because it is natural. It's a natural way. And sometimes we do not notice that we are not meeting them. But when we are not meeting them, even when we do not notice, they begin to affect us. And I'll just be talking about these unmet primal needs. Number one need is need to give and receive attention. Need to give and receive attention. We have the need to connect with other people. And that's why I keep on saying that it's important to have a network of authentic people, of trusted people, people who surround you, people who can encourage you, people who can give you attention, especially if you're going through something, or even if you're not going through something, some people who can check on you. And at the same time, you are also to check on them. You are also to give attention. This is a need that is part of our life. So when we are unable to connect with people, when we are unable to receive attention from others, even if it's our family, even if it is our friends, when we are unable to receive this attention, it can cause us to have mental health issues. And especially if it is something that has gone on for long, it can eventually lead to mental health issues. So make sure you have this network of friends, of trusted people, of family. It can be even family. It can be being part of a church, being part of a group, being part of people who genuinely care about you, and you also genuinely care about them, because it's a two-way. You have to care about people and they have to care about you. So this network is very important for your mental health. Number two, mind and body connection need. It's a need that we are born with it. You need to connect with your mind, with your body. How? By living a healthy lifestyle. By making sure that your mind is healthy. Your thoughts are healthy. You are eating healthy. You are exercising. And I always say that you always first connect with yourself first before you connect with others. If you look at our first point there, need to give attention and receive attention. You need to first connect with yourself. Know who you are. Know your values. Know your beliefs. So that you will also connect with the right people. Because if you connect with the wrong people, then you just will be messed. So make sure you connect with the right people. That is the first point we had. But this is mind and body. You need to be healthy. If you're not healthy in your body, then your mind definitely will not be healthy. For example, when you are sick, there's no way that your mind you'll be okay when you are unwell. So you need to take care of your body. Make sure you exercise. Make sure you eat healthy. Make sure you sleep well. Get enough sleep. If you do not get enough sleep, you become a grumpy person. and you become very moody. So make sure you sleep, you give your mind enough rest so that process information in the right way. That is number 2. Number 3, it is the need for purpose. Need for purpose. Living a purposeful life. Knowing who you are, knowing your calling, knowing where you are going. This is where we keep on saying that you should have goals. You should have something you are looking up to. What are you looking up to this year? What are you looking up to in the next 2 years? What are you looking up to in the next 3 years? This is very important. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you going. Otherwise, if you wake up in the morning and you have nothing to look up to, obviously this is going to cause stress and it will make you feel hopeless. I always like writing. For example, I write, this is what I'm looking up to this week, this month, this year, in the next 2 years. This keeps you motivated. Even if you encounter difficult times, you will always remember, I cannot afford to be discouraged. I cannot afford to give up because I have this and this and this to accomplish. And it's also like your assignment. If you have goals that you have written, obviously there are things you need to do so that those goals will be achieved. So this is also very, very important. Number 3, need for community and making a contribution. It's also important. Sometimes we accomplish this through the work that we do. You feel that you are making a contribution to the community, or maybe if you love going to church, you are volunteering in church, you are serving in church, you are feeling you are making a contribution. If you are a parent, you feel you are making a contribution to your children, you are being there for them, you are making a contribution to your family, your home. So you need to see how you will meet it and make sure that you are meeting it. Another need, number 5, is challenging opportunities. Let me tell you, life can become boring if you are doing the same thing, the same old thing, the same old stuff. You need things that are challenging. Routine can be boring. So it's always good to challenge yourself to new things, to harder things. That way your life will become very interesting and you will be excited about life because you will be looking forward to something new, to something challenging, and your brain and your capacity will be growing. Another need is the need for intimacy. And intimacy is closeness with people you are close with, maybe your family. It's almost like the need for acceptance, but this is different. You need to connect with people, deep connections. These are deep connections and friendships, and this is where we find things like marriage. This is where they come in. Family, hopes, and people we share the same hopes and dreams. A circle of genuine friends, people that you connect, people that you can share, those deep things, those things that you can't share with just anyone, your thoughts, your dreams. These are very important connections. So I would wonder if you are meeting this need of intimacy, if you have someone that you are super close to, that you can share your most inner things with, inner thoughts, inner dreams with. There's also need for control. And this is internal control, feeling that you are in control. This is a need that many people will not recognize that they are not meeting it. When things are getting out of hand, that's how you begin getting stressed. That is how you begin getting depressed. For example, if you had plans for the year and the year is almost ending and things are getting out of hand and nothing is working, sometimes you might, if you're not careful, it might lead you to mental health issues. So it's important to also have realistic goals and to also be flexible. Sometimes things might not work out exactly the time that you want to work out, for them to work out, and it is perfectly okay. What we need is to make sure we are flexible and make sure that we feel we are in control, because when you are flexible, you'll always bring yourself back to control. You will not be out of control and you will not feel stressed. The other need is need for status. You see yourself now growing. Maybe you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to buy new clothes, you want to do a new degree. When you are growing in your life, it's also a need that when you do not achieve it, it might lead you to mental health issues. Don't put unrealistic goals. Status does not mean big things. It can mean simple things like beginning a serious relationship, or beginning making plans or creating goals for yourself. doesn't have to be the big things, because sometimes those unrealistic goals, again, they can always drive us to mental health issues. So make sure that this need for status, you are not meeting it in an unhealthy way. For example, putting goals that are too high for you. Just put realistic goals that you can reach, and goals that do not need you to sacrifice your dignity for you to meet them. Number 9, need for safety and security. When people feel insecure, my goodness, this can lead to mental health issues, because you need to feel stable, you need to feel secure. Parents, if you're a parent, you need to feel you are providing for your children enough. That is security. You need to feel you are defending your children. You need to feel that you are in a safe environment, so that you will not end up in mental health issues. Your mind needs stability, in other words. This is not the security that the physical security, but it's security in your mind, in addition to those other things. You need that security. You need to feel that you are secure. Your emotions are stable. You are able to be in control. So these are some of the needs that we should ask ourselves. Are we meeting them? You don't have to meet all of them at the same time, but these needs usually go in steps, in stages. When you meet, for example, the need of safety and security, it's probably the first need you need to meet before you meet the need of status. Always hear of the basic needs of food, shelter, and clothing. First, if you don't meet that need, there's no way you'll meet the need of status. There's no ways you will meet these other higher needs. Always the lower needs that you need to make sure that you are meeting them, so that you can now keep on growing in meeting each and every need. And that way you will find that you are healthy, you are excited about life, you are looking forward to new things, and especially the need of purpose. Many people have end up in mental health issues and illnesses because they do not have a sense of purpose. When you don't have a sense of purpose, you lose your direction, and you can never know who you are. You will just be swayed here and there by whatever people tell you and whatever suggestions people give you. So you will keep on trying this, you try this, you try this. So you always need to know, this is who I am, focusing on this, I'm concentrating on this, and now you keep on growing and growing and growing, and eventually you'll find that you have stability probably in your life, in your career, in your family. So that is it for today. This information, like it, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends. Shalom.